is annoying. I'm seriously, I'm so done. So anyway, it's time to rant. I'm running out of funny lyrics. Please help, I haven't written funny since 2014. WTF is this?
Sup, fellow quacks. Happy Black History Month. I noticed that the art community is very strange when it comes to black characters. I wanted to rant about it because I'm kind of tired of it. And as a black person, I just find the way I've seen black characters be treated to just be very frustrating. And being black on the internet, especially nowadays, is just so hard. So the first thing is learn helplessness. I find that a lot of artists really like to victimize themselves because they try to act like, I don't know how to draw black people. And then they don't look for tutorials or ask for help. It's like, at some point, I'm starting to wonder if they're just doing it like for a bit or something, because how are you going to say you don't know how to draw something and then you don't look up any tutorials, and if someone does send you some help, you just ignore it, or you're like, well, I don't know, this won't fit my style, like, I don't know, guys, like, so just don't bother then. Like, if you're going to be like that, just don't bother drawing black people, because it feels like those people only want to draw black characters because they want to appease like some invisible crowd that's like forcing them, or in their minds forcing them to draw black characters. Nobody's forcing anyone to draw black characters, by the way, and if you are someone who feels the need to say that to somebody, that's a you problem, and stop doing that. There is nothing wrong with wanting to see more representation, but we shouldn't force it from people. Because forced representation, in my opinion, is only when it's from somebody that only does it to appease others in a way that's not, like, genuine. So it's fake. It's kind of done for the sake of, like, here, damn, take your damn representation and go. Like, I don't like that. That's what I would say is forced representation. Forced representation isn't just characters existing. Like, that's what I think it is. One small thing I want to mention is how black people get tone policed a lot for just providing criticism for portraying black characters properly, because God forbid you give constructive criticism, suddenly you're aggressive and rude, which is like, okay, so now we're rude and aggressive for just saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't have like descriptions like urban or whatever. No, that's bad, guys. We can't do that. We can't give advice now. It's like we can never win. It's like if we don't give advice, then those people that say they can't do anything, they can't look up the tutorials, or they don't know how to draw black people in their styles, they'll just bitch and whine about it. But then if you give them advice, they'll bitch and whine about how you're being aggressive towards them and you're attacking them. So it's like, we can't win. I can't with these people. It's like, this is literally an actual good use of that 1-2 where they said, oh my gosh, you people can't do anything. Like, this is generally a good time to use that, because these people can't do anything. They just seem like they can't look up tutorials, they can't ask for help, and if they do get help, they just push it away because they see the people that trying to help them as aggressive. So like, why bother, you know? Anyway, earlier I mentioned forced representation, and I feel like a lot of people feel this like invisible pressure to make black characters just to appease to somebody. And listen, as a black person, I don't care if you don't have black characters, okay? Make whatever characters you want. I'm not gonna force you to do that, and nobody should. You shouldn't feel the urge to have any type of minority character if you don't want to. If you want all your characters to be like silly Gleep Glorp aliens, then do that. That's fine. I mean, there might be reasons why that might be a problem. Like, if you're like, oh, I can't draw black people in my style, then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna side-eye you a bit. But if it's just like, oh, I prefer to have these types of characters, or I like characters from my own culture, then that's great, awesome, good for you, you know? So I don't have a problem with that, but I don't want half-assed representation. That's why I'm not a fan of like live action remakes where they make the characters black, and not because like woke stuff. I find that so stupid, and I hate how woke has been used in an evil way. We should reclaim it. It's actually a good word. But anyway, like, I don't like it because I don't want a repackaged version of a black character. I want an original black character. I don't want scraps. I don't want half-assery. And I don't want half-assery from OC creators either. If you want a black character, make one. But don't give me half-assery. Don't give me, here, damn. Give me something that comes from a place of I wanted to make a black character and I wanted to make them good. Something else I've noticed is that there will be people in the community that will feel the need to question why someone has black characters, or like, why are they black, when they comment on some random post of theirs. And it's just like, we can't win, can we? I have noticed with every other community outside of art, black people always have to justify their existence. Like, oh, you see a black character in a video game. Well, the video game's woke now. Why is this black character in this game? Oh, there is a new fantasy movie coming out. Why is there a black character in this? That's not realistic. Why is there a black character in this or that? It's like, why can't we exist anywhere? And mind you, the same people that will say like, oh, well, you guys are taking up space and, you know, making everything woke, make your own stuff, and then we do, and then those same people will go out of their way to come to our communities and come to our OCs and comment, why are they black? Like, why don't you just piss off? Like, why can't we just have our own characters in peace? Why is it that whenever black people do anything, suddenly everyone's got to question it, suddenly everyone's got to be like, justify it, why are you black? No one's gonna ask why someone's OCs are white. No one ever asks why someone's OCs are white. Find that very interesting, but we gotta justify why someone's characters are black. Huh. Funny how that works. You know, one thing in this community that I really hate is when an artist will make like a stereotypical looking character and they get called out for only for them to deflect and play innocent, or for their fans to come to their defense and treat any black person that says, hey, artist, you know, this portrayal of black people is kind of offensive. Can you like not do that? And suddenly the black people criticizing the artists are the evil bad guys, and the artist is some poor little itty bitty soul being attacked by the mean nasty black people who are, you know, being too woke. Like, no. If I see a racist looking caricature, I'm gonna call it out. But God forbid you argue with some of these people. They'll weaponize their mental illness, or say like their culture or country that they came from made them that way. Like, oh, I'm sorry guys, I came from like some itty bitty little country. We don't have black people here. I didn't know better, guys. Oopsie. Like, you knew better. You spent the time drawing that, so you knew. You had the time. You made the decision to post that. You made the decision to sit there and sketch that out. So you did that for some reason. I don't know why people do this. I don't know if it's like rage bait. Do you all just do this for fun? Like, I don't get what people get out of making this like a thing. What is there to be gained from making a racist stereotype and then posting it and playing the victim when you get called out for it? Like, what the fuck did you expect to happen? Why are we always the butt of the joke? Why are we always the ones being told it's not that deep, it's not this or that? Why are we always told that? Like, yes, it is that deep, actually. I'm tired of people telling us that, no, you're being too sensitive. No, we're not being too sensitive. Sometimes that sensitivity is actually just sensing the little microaggressions that happen, because we've been conditioned to think that our pain is basically meaningless, and it's not. You're allowed to feel how you want to feel. If something makes you uncomfortable, you're allowed to feel that way. And I'm tired of pretending that we have to hide our feelings so that way we can make, you know, non-black people comfortable because they aren't comfortable with us. It's so annoying. To end this video off, I wanted to talk about like representation as a whole. There's a difference between like everyone has to look like me and I just would like to see more of me. And I don't even think it's just me. I just want to see more black characters in general, you know? I kind of hate that just wanting to see more black characters is seen as like self-centered in some sort of way. I relate to a lot of characters that aren't black, so it's not like, you know, I can't relate to anyone that isn't black. That's obviously not the case. It's just, it would be nice to see more black characters. It would be nice to see more stories that actually feel relatable to black people, because let's be honest, a lot of our media is trauma porn. I'm kind of tired of that, and there are good works out there that exist that aren't those things, and it's great, but it really sucks that we can't get a lot of that, because it feels like the people making all these pieces of media always tend to focus on just making us suffer or making us look like fools. And so that's why it's important within the art community to make characters that are good pieces of representation, or like, you know, representation that is a variety of things. That way everyone feels seen in some sort of way. I also wanted to say this. Good representation can also be quote unquote bad. And what I mean by that is, don't make your black characters all perfect little angels that feel the need to be like super sanitized. I mentioned this in one of my Toy House videos, that a lot of people, when they make certain types of characters, they can't make the characters bad. You know, I'm putting bad in quotes.
I feel like when it comes to race in art community and the 12 especially, people are just really weird when it comes to black people. I've noticed there's definitely this air of like trying really hard to make like characters that fit into a certain mold because you're too afraid of stepping outside of it in fear of looking racist or bigoted or whatever. It's like, yes, you should do research on cultures, but also like don't fret too much about it because chances are you have to like be really, really, really over the top or really misinformed or going based on like pure stereotypes to like mess up something in a way that makes people offended. Like for example, a lot of people get really flustered and struggle when it comes to drawing black features, and it's like it's not that hard. And then some people are like, oh, I don't want to draw black characters because like what if I like make the character's nose too big or something? Like what if that offends people? And it's like, bro, you're not going to offend black people. You would really have to draw a minstrel character in order for people to be offended. And it seems more, it's also a little bit more offensive that you're going to assume that like black people are going to get mad at you for drawing characters that have those features. And also
make characters bad, you know? Good representation is making characters that are flawed. I don't want to see like perfect black characters that are all sanitized and wonderful and blah 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 blah. I want to see black characters that are people, that are flawed, that are messed up, because we deserve that type of representation. There is a way to make flawed characters that aren't stereotypical. It's possible, and it's not that hard. But a lot of people are afraid to do it because they're afraid of being perceived as racist, and like you have to really try to make the characters seem racist, okay? You know, it's okay to have black characters be like villains as well. It's okay to have black characters be shitty people. Because in real life, minorities can be shitty people. It's not exclusive to just one group. And I feel like denying us the opportunity to be flawed is messed up in its own way. And I feel like we deserve to be seen for being flawed and messed up as well as being seen in a good light. We should be able to have both. So that's all I have to say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you quacks later.